Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Michael's Corner. I am sitting by with the great Derek Stone. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You know, I've been wanting to have you on for the longest, and I think my fans, or should I say my YouTube audience, wanted me to bring you on, so I'm doing them a favor.
That's great. All right. Yeah.
So,
I'm doing you a favor. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So my first question to you is, how did you get your start in the wrestling business?
Well, I grew up in Denver, which was a hub for the old AWA, which, here in Minnesota, of course, that's where they were based out of. And it was just something I always wanted to do when as far as I can remember, 2, 3 years old. My earliest memories are me wanting to be a pro wrestler. And my plan was I was going to play in the NFL, and then I was going to get into wrestling after that. But by the time I got into college and I was playing college football, I hated football. I just was tired of it. I didn't want to play anymore. And so I started looking around and trying to go to just different wrestling schools. So I ended up getting a hold of like Brad Riggins here in Minnesota. I talked with former Norman the Lunatic. I talked to Ricky Steamboat. I got really lucky. I was just trying to find places. I finally settled on Charlie Fulton's wrestling school in Ohio. Charlie was the head trainer for the Monster Factory, the world famous Monster Factory, and he just treated me really well, and everything worked out really well. And so I started, way back in the early '90s, and so that was it. Kind of, it was a tough business to get into when I first started. It's not as tough now. There's a lot more opportunities but that's how I started. I started in.
So who was your toughest opponents that you had to face, before, Steel Domain?
Oh God, there's so many. I've been lucky enough to have an opportunity to face a lot of former world champions. Tough. Dusty Rhodes was an opponent of mine. Jerry Lawler, the fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy. Those guys were fantastic. Stan Hansen was one. I used to do television for the WWF when I first started. My first match was in the WWF, the then WWF. So a guy named Crush. There's a lot of those. To pick just one, I don't know that I could. They were all pretty tough, so.
So let's talk about your gimmick right quick, because oh my God, I just every time when I first saw you wrestle, it was right here in Steel Domain Wrestling.
Yeah.
So my first reaction was, oh my God, I forgot what it was.
You told me I needed to wear a training bra. That's what.
That's right.
You want to be real, Michael? I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, you need to wear a training bra the next time I see you.
Yes, that's right.
So, oh my God, it was my idea. I came up with that. He was trying not to break.
It was funny. I laughed when you said it. I thought, oh, here we go. Yeah, it was funny.
So now, so tonight, let's get real. You had a match with Kyle Pro.
Yeah.
Oh my God! How did you react when you lost the title?
Oh, it's disappointing for sure, but Kyle Pro is great. He's a young guy who you see him all over the upper Midwest. He's always been really successful. I faced him before and I beat him here, but I knew that I'd have to be on the top of my game, and he came out on top. But I get a rematch. I'll get him.
Yeah, and to be on a serious note, Kyle Pro, this is his 5th year in the wrestling business.
A lot of time, yeah, for sure.
He's working his ass off to get to where he's at today, and being real, he really deserves to be, champion.
He wouldn't be wrestling here in Steel Domain if he was just some schlub. You know what I mean? Everybody that is here is somebody that is put in a lot of work, works really hard. Even guys you don't like, or they might not be your favorites.
Yeah.
Those are guys that are out working really hard. Everybody here has a lot of talent.
And you're right about that. It's like I said on social media, just give these wrestlers some respect. You may not like them personally, but just respect the wrestlers, because these guys put their bodies and careers on the line just to entertain us wrestling fans. You know, I'm a wrestling fan. Sean's a wrestling fan, and they work hard. So the next time you see like Derek Stone or anybody else, you know, please just give them respect or buy their merch. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
because
Come out. Come
because
to a good time. If you haven't been to
because
it,
let me
come. Yeah.
let me say this, because I don't want to. I know I'm gonna get my hand slapped, but you know, these independent wrestlers, they don't get paid a lot. You know, they don't get paid as much. So just come out, show your respect, and because at the end of the day, you're gonna have such a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Hey, when are you going to put Sean on camera? It's
Oh!
you being on camera. And Sean's
Actually-
he's doing all the hard work, and you're just standing here yapping your gums.
Actually-
Why don't you put him on.
actually, he was on when I interviewed Bill Williams just about 2-3 weeks
So
ago.
That's good for him. He's got his one shot, and that's it for him.
Oh, he'll
He
appear.
on more. He's
Yeah, and we actually talked about that too. So,
all right. Well, I'm looking
so-
forward to seeing it.
yeah. So like, who do you want to face next? It could be anybody from Steel Domain or any wrestling promotion. Who do you want to face next?
I am really open to anybody. You know, I hesitate to answer that because some of the people that I never thought I would have ever wanted to wrestle, I've had wrestling matches with them, and they were great. And so I don't want to put any limits on. I'm up for anything. You know, I'm traveling all over. I'm having a nice career resurgence here. You know, I'm an old man. I'm 50 years old. You know.
Really?
And so I'm working hard. You know, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. So whoever I face, that's great. You know.
Well,
I'm excited about it.
Well, I gotta say, you look damn good for a 50-year-old man.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm 38, you guys. I know. I've been interviewing these wrestlers for 9 years.
Yeah?
And you know, it took time for me to grow as an interviewer and whatnot. I gotta admit, I do fumble sometimes, but you know what? I learn and grow from it, and hell, even Steel Domain even compliment me on my success, you know.
We love having you here, for sure. I know everybody here loves having you here, and they love the show, so keep it up, man, for sure.
All right. I know you got things to do, so here's my final question. So, if you wasn't doing this right now, what would Derek Stone be doing?
My other passion is radio, so I was on the radio for several years as well. Oh, wow. And so I had a morning show host, and I did a news show. So I would probably I'd be back in radio, I think. That's.
Oh wow, I can tell, I can see that. If I wasn't going to wrestling, really? Come on, we're filming. If I wasn't going to wrestling shows, you know, I'll probably be sitting at home watching, you know, WWE, maybe old school wrestling, the Attitude Era. Have you? Yeah, everybody loves the Attitude Era. Come on.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So
I lived it, so I'm good. Yeah.
So before we end this, where can wrestling fans or my YouTube audience follow you on social media?
You can just go to my Facebook page, and it's just my name, Derek Stone. You know, and go check that out. I'm also you can go to HarleyRace.com. I'm on there. I work for WLW, which is an organization that's that Harley Race started before he died. So I work for those guys. So I'm kind of check out either one of those. So go to Facebook. It's my Instagram as well is Derek Stone 906. I don't know. That's just the number that they give.
Okay.
So yeah, check it out. You'll see a lot of pictures from here or wherever. Yeah.
I'll put that on the description. You know.
Cool. Thank you, man.
When you know.
Yeah.
So okay, guys. Well, you take care, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Michael's Corner.
See you later. Hey, thanks for having me.
Yep.